Hey, I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. My name is Denise Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneurs Jumpstart Program. It is the number one training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. And you're maybe wondering, how do we do this? Well, number one, let me tell you that it takes effort and it takes time, right? It takes effort and it takes time. We're going to help you build your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, belief, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. So, listen. This is the conversation that we're having today, that it actually take effort and it takes time. So I remember when back in 20, I want to say 2007, I was actually attending a church service. And during that church service, I could feel within me that it was time for me to make a shift. Hashtag I'm shifting. Hashtag I'm shifting. I need you to go ahead and put it in the chat and definitely let me know who you are and where you're coming from and all the things so I can say hey to you. So listen, I actually knew that it was time for me to make a shift, a change. And when I heard this sermon, it was like confirmation, right? And because I got that what I was doing professionally was no longer aligning with my belief system. Hashtag belief system, because it's a real thing, right? My job was conflicting. Hey, Sherilyn, how you doing? My job was conflicting with my beliefs. And this sermon that I heard was telling me that I needed to jump out on faith. I needed to have a opportunity to explore and to see what else was out there for me. So I got to this space where I had a conversation with my husband and told him that I believed that God was calling me to do something different. And thank God for all of the supportive husbands and mates out there. I am lucky. I do have one. He was like, okay, go ahead and explore and figure out, because you definitely don't want to be out of the will of God. You don't want to not be in alignment with what it is that he's calling you to do. So after having that conversation, I was open, right, to explore, to see what else was out there for me. So me and my coworker went to Las Vegas for a conference for Pepsi at Mandalay Bay. I never forget it because it was life changing for me, right? And I went to that event. It was an opportunity for us to see all the artists that they would be supporting in a year, for us to share all of our ideas for marketing strategies on how to increase the sales for Pepsi, how to increase the participation from the audience, the listening audience. And we had those conversations, and there the meeting was so smooth. It was so great. It was like one of the best experiences of my life. So I determined during that exploration that, oh my God, this is what I want to do next. I want to plan meetings and I want to plan conferences for other people. But here's what I want you to get: it took effort and it took time. So when I got back to North Carolina, there was some things that I did, and I want you to write these down, track them down, listen to it, whatever. But I need you to internalize this, because it really does take effort and it takes time. So when I came back, I sat at my desk that day and I looked through all the information that I received for the conference, and I saw the company that actually planned the event. So guess what I did? Because y'all know I'm a brave soul. Hey, brother Larry, I actually called them. Yes, I did. So I called the company in New York and I was like, hey, I just wanted to see what you guys did and what type of positions are available and what would you call them. So the person on the phone proceeded to tell me that, hey, if you were looking for a position that actually gave you the opportunity to plan conferences and events, you would look for project management positions, you would look for project coordinated positions, event planners, or someone that did conferences, a conference planner. And I said, okay, great, this is going to help me. And I was asking them, well, what should I do? Because I don't want to move to New York. I don't want to do that type of jump, but I definitely want to explore this feeling that I'm feeling to do something else. And I believe that this is it, right? So once I decided to reach out, right, to contact somebody, to talk to them, I started looking in my area for project management positions, project coordinator positions, and event planners. And there was one company that came up in my area, one. But guess what? They weren't hiring at the time. So what did I have to do? I had to keep coming back occasionally, checking their website to see whether or not there was a position for me to apply for. And when it finally happened, because it did, right? It took that effort. Hashtag it takes effort. Hashtag it take effort. When they had a position, I applied for it. But here is the kicker. In order to be granted an interview at this particular company, I had to have skills, right? Hashtag skills, hashtag skills. And it wasn't just actually planning. In order for you to receive an interview for this company, you had to be efficient in Microsoft Office, meaning Excel, Access, Microsoft Word, like all the things that I wasn't using in radio. So one of my fellow church members, shout out to Christy Davis, helped me did a crash course to actually build my skills to be able to pass this exam in order to be granted the interview. But look, needless to say, I did go through all of that. I did finally get the job. But when I got into this space, here is where it took time. Here is where I had to adjust the way that I was thinking to become the person that I needed to become to be successful in this new thing. Hashtag it takes time. Hashtag it takes time. When I entered into the door, I was told that it was going to take me 6 months to a year in order to learn this job effectively and efficiently. And of course, being the best planner in the world, which is what I saw myself, right, to be, I was like, there's no way in the world it's going to take me that long to learn these skills. But I promise you, it takes time. It takes time. Hashtag it takes time. So with all the different types of events we planned, from advisory boards, investigator meetings, speaker trainings, it did take me 6 months to a year to actually gain the knowledge to be able to effectively execute those meetings. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because when you see people on social media and you see people walking in their calling and in their purpose, you may think that it didn't take effort and it didn't take time. I know sometimes we make things look so easy, but I promise you, it takes effort and it takes time. So I want to encourage you today that whatever it is that you feel that you've been called to do, that shift that you need to make, that thing that you want to try, I want you to try it, but I want you to extend grace to yourself and get that it's going to take effort and it's going to take time, right? Something that may take you 2 months may take me 5 months, and something that may take me a year may take you 2 years. But here's what it stems down to. It stems down to these 5 things that I want you to remember. Number 1, your beliefs. Your beliefs actually cause you to make the decisions that you make. And guess what? You can always change your mind. So if you feel like you've been saying, I can't figure this out, I'm too old to jump now, I've been on this path for as long, I'll lose too much, I want you to change that conversation to, I'm worthy of taking this chance for myself. I know that I can figure it out. I know that this is a great path for me, because if not, I would not feel it so deep down in my soul that I should be taking this leap of faith to try this new thing, right? So those are your beliefs. And then I want you to get that your beliefs stem your thoughts. So whatever it is that you believe, you're going to think in alignment with your belief system. So again, instead of you thinking that you're too old, I want you to think, hey, I am the perfect age to do this. I have taken care of all the responsibilities in my younger years. I've raised my children. I got a healthy marriage. I got the house. I got the car. Now it's time for me to jump and do something different for me, for myself. Hashtag you're worth it. Hashtag you're worth it. And then I want you to remember that your thoughts actually gives you those emotions, right? So it's almost like, you know how we always speak those things as that be not as though there were, right? To actually feel that has already come to pass. Remember, you can only receive what you actually can conceive. So if you can't see it in your mind, you can't experience the emotions within, and you can't obtain it or manifest it in your life. So you gotta get that the sooner you become the thing, like right now, the person right now that will have that career, that will have that job, that will make that contribution in the world, that will make that difference, the sooner you can experience it and manifest it in your life. So those emotions then will actually motivate your actions. Put hashtag action, because I'm the results coach. And you know you have to take actions in order to be able to get and see the things that you want. But here's the thing that we always forget. These actions will give you your results, but it comes right back to your belief, because your belief is the engine that drives you to do the things that you need to do in order to have the things that you want to have. So if you don't become that teacher, that speaker, that coach, that leader, that trainer, if you don't become that, whatever that thing is, then it will be hard for you to realize it. because your thoughts won't align, your feelings won't align, your actions will not align. It took faith for my husband to believe in what God was telling me and for me to believe in what God was telling me. So, whatever it is that God is telling you, your beliefs will shape your thoughts. Your thoughts will give you your emotions. Your emotions will dictate your actions, and your actions will give you your results. So, look, it takes effort and it takes time, but I promise you, you can figure this out. I love you. Always looking forward to serving you. It's okay if it take you a little bit longer than it took me, and it's all right if it takes me a little bit longer than it takes you. The ultimate goal is that we align ourselves with what it is that God has called us to do and go ahead and make that magnificent change in the world that He's calling us to make. I hope that this has served you. I will see you on next week. Oh, absolutely. Must take action. You surely do. Thank you guys so much for checking in, and I look forward to serving you. I see you back here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week. I'm live at 5. Hey, I'm live at 5. I see you guys later. Bye.